Dan's Dilemma mini-story. Read and listen to the story several times every day while you are studying this lesson. Dan had seen a crowd of people outside the house as he drove up to the scene of the crime. He had stood outside for a long time before he finally went in. There had been lots of cops talking loudly as they looked throughout the whole house for clues to solve this mystery. But they had found nothing there except for a single yellow flower on the bed. After 24 hours had gone by, they still hadn't discovered anything. They had run out of options and were getting desperate. The victims had simply disappeared. Dan had gone back outside and walked around the yard as well, but he had found nothing useful. It was as if a UFO had transported the victims off into the sky. Outside, it was silent. There wasn't a single sound. He had looked up at the clouds for a long time. Then he had looked down the mountain. He had seen 4 brown cows in the field below, surrounded by tall green grass. Everything had looked so peaceful and still. But Dan had wanted to scream and shout. It had been a race against time to solve the case. But all he had been able to do was cry aloud and pound the ground with his fist. Suddenly, Dan's phone had rung. The voice at the other end of the line had told him that his wife and daughter were still alive. However, he was told to drive south out of town till he had come to the foot of the mountain with a $100,000 ransom. He had been told that if he didn't arrive within 24 hours, he would never see his family again. Dan had become desperate. His spouse and daughter had always been the apples of his eyes. He had to get them back. But where would he get this huge amount of money from?